I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mel.
Girl, let me tell you, I only had maybe a little less than half of that drink.
When you're drinking, you just gotta drink more.
I am a strongly worded email.
Actually, that feels in line, though.
That's not
No, listen. And every now and again, when somebody get out of line, you just yell, "Pop the trunk."
I'm the juice to her gin. Did we hit record?
Is it working? Is it on?
Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gin and Juice podcast. My name is Melissa.
My name is Melanie.
And we're real life sisters. We get on this podcast every single week, talk about what the heck we want to talk about. I actually do have a pop the trunk. I want to pop the trunk on pop cultures, and so we'll be popping the trunk on those people. But before we get there, because that's not how we start this show, we don't thank our sponsors.
Yes, the sponsors of today are Z-Biotics, Shopify, BetterHelp, and Basque and Leather.
All right, you'll hear more about them later in the episode, but we do like to start off with long story short. So if you're new here, this is where we give you a little bit of some of the things that's happened over the past week since we last saw you. Sometimes the story is short, sometimes it's long, and sometimes it's a long story short. So do you have any long story short?
I do not.
I just have one, and this will be a short story short, I think. Joe went to his very first church retreat. Mm-hmm. So he goes to a private school, and it is like a Catholic private school is the word I'm looking for. And so they whisk away for, I think it's the seniors. I think specifically it's the seniors, but regardless, they go away for essentially a week, and they stay the night at this camp. And we had to like write letters to Joe that they read. That was like super, super sweet. And then on the last day, they have a closing ceremonies. And so all of the parents have to come into like the chapel and, welcome the kids back. But at the end, they also do allow the kids to tell about their experience while they're away at camp. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember the what did I call it? The like closeness and like overall like optimism and glow and like connection that you feel like you have with God after you come back from a church retreat. Did you ever go to one in Hawaii?
I was going to say, I've never been on a church retreat. I mean, I guess we did the Washington one. I didn't leave feeling closer to God. I felt like this.
Well, the Washington ones were different.
Mess. Yeah.
The Washington ones were not the same.
Exactly.
The ones in Hawaii that I went to. Yeah. Those were more just like camp.
I've been to a dare camp. I've never been to a Jesus camp.
Okay. So Mel is talking about when we were in Washington, we did, it wasn't called a retreat though. It was like camp though. It was called camp. Okay. I feel like the vibes were like a little bit different. Actually, now
it's
that
when
you're
all
saying
the teenagers and the kids got to like go away and be bad. Yeah. Like it didn't feel like it was like for Jesus. It felt like, ooh.
Yeah, it was
meet me at the bonfire.
Correct. Correct. That was just kind of, it was a different vibe. But when we were in Hawaii and I went to the church camp, that was for real.
At the church? What church did we go to in Hawaii?
We went to the one on Post.
And they had a camp for kids?
And they had a camp. And so it was more like probably shorter time. Joe was gone for like a week. I think we were gone for like an extended weekend, like 4 days. But that's where we would go. Well, we always did Diamond Head. It wasn't. Nowadays, you have to pay to go to Diamond Head. You know that?
All right. You told me.
Yeah, that's crazy. It used to be free. So we would go like all the time. But also, I remember when we would come back and one specific one that I'm always going to recall, we sang not Conquerors, but it was off that same album. Anyway, the point is, I always remember coming back, specifically this one time, and there is such a like optimism and connection that you feel to God afterward, because you're like, I mean, of course this is a time before cell phones, but it's like you're away from your family, you're away from, the madness or the realities of life. And so you're kind of secluded in this bubble and you're spending all of this time. You never even went to like a women's retreat?
I wasn't a woman yet.
Dang. I was going to say that even happened when we would go on like women's retreats when I was an adult in Washington.
I didn't go. I don't remember any retreats.
Dang, that's crazy. Anyway, I was like, I even did that as
every time we went away, it felt like a trip. And we didn't like spend our time reading the Bible.
That's what I'm saying.
We like toured the area. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't.
I feel like you missed out, Mel. I'm sad that you didn't get to experience this.
Well, keep going. I don't remember any.
The camp was different, but if you never even went on a women's retreat, I know you were probably too young in Hawaii because I was a teen, like early teens. But it's crazy that you didn't even go to one as an adult.
18.
Dang.
In Washington, so it's not like. No, I think I was too young. But go ahead.
Oh, that's crazy.
I do love Jesus. Y'all mama don't love him.
I know Mel don't love him.
Mama ain't saved.
She don't love him. Anyway, there is if you've ever gone away on a retreat, you know how like it's such a special energy that you walk away from that retreat with. And I don't mean energy like that, but like the feeling and the energy that you have after you come from that is so special and like unique that you really do wish you could bottle it and like hold on to it forever, because as soon as you're back into like reality, it's like hard to maintain. It's really, really hard to maintain. Anyway, all of that to say, Joe came back with that energy.
Oh,
girl.
Oh, that's sweet.
Melanie.
You love Jesus?
Oh, I was crying for an hour and a half.
Oh.
Like all of the kids, he goes to a relatively small school, but there's a lot of his friends, obviously, that I know because they've run track. They've played soccer together over the last 3 years. Joe just started going to the school his sophomore year. Although Brian, we knew freshman year, but regardless, they come to the house all the time. Our house is always like the meetup house. And so Mel's met some of the kids. Actually, Joshua's met some of the kids because these kids be at my house all the time. And so they're getting up there and they're talking about their experience. So it's not just Joe, it's all of the kids. And the first boy that went up, actually he was the first kid that talked about his experience. We know him. And so he gets up there and his voice cracks.
Oh.
Puddle of tears.
Oh.
Puddle of tears. And all of the boys are talking about, how hard it is for them to express their emotions and how they didn't go. I'm like getting emotional thinking about it. They didn't think they would go and be vulnerable and be able to share different things that's going on in their lives. And they're telling their parents, I don't say it much, but I want you to know I love you.
Oh,
they're
that's
crying.
So
then the next boy would get up and do the same thing, cry. And again, there's a good handful of them that I know you, it was just so special. And so then at the end, the guy that runs it, the guy that runs it, he dismisses us, whatever. So we get in the car, but he's like, it might take some time for your kid to process what happened. So don't balance out, being overwhelming with your questions. So I'm keeping that in mind because I'm like, Joe, what happened? So I'm like, okay, I don't want to overwhelm him. Mind you, before I get there, Joe spoke too.
Oh.
So he gets up. And he's like, I'm just, I'm so proud of us and what we were able to do. And I didn't think I was going to be able to share. But I remember the moment I felt the exact feeling of inspiration. And so I got up there and shared. And I was just like, I was just crying literally for an hour and a half. So we get in the car and I'm like, of course, at the end, I'm like, I want to go to dinner as a family. I feel like this is really special. Joe is coming back. Isaiah was home. My kids, they don't have nothing else. They got a social life. Okay. So Kev wasn't out of town. I'm here. Joe's back. Isaiah's back. So I'm like, we should go out to dinner. So on the way home to go get Isaiah, Joe is like, so what happened and and my friend said this and I said this and I was thinking about this and I was thinking about that and I was just like, Jesus, please let my baby keep this energy. It was so great. I was just so overwhelmed with emotion. It was just really, really special. And then of course what happens, because you're back in reality, you have access to your phone, the realities of life hits. One of his old teammates committed suicide.
Oh my God.
Yes. And so it was literally the day after we paid, I think it was the day after, 1 or 2 days after.
That was a turn I wasn't ready for.
Me too. So I went to Joe and I was explaining to him, I was like, Joe, like, I know you just came from like this really amazing high. And sometimes that can be really hard to reconcile and hold on to when you're back in reality. And then you get news like this and it shakes you that like, oh, right. Like you almost feel like that wasn't real. That was just, you know, I did that in this bubble and now this is life again. And so I was telling him, you know, trying to encourage him, like, hold on to whatever it was you were feeling. Try to hold on to that. Centering yourself, grounding yourself. I literally told him, take your shoes off and just walk the ground so you can remember to be grounded and be present. Sit down and ask God, like, I said, just for 2 minutes, God, I am open. I'm here to listen to whatever you have to say, whatever you have to guide me. You have this huge decision about college and all of these things. Like, just sit there and try to remain as connected so you can hold on to that energy as much as possible. Chad's eyes glazed over. I said, do you want to cry? He was like, no, no, I don't. And I was like, I love you, son. I had to get up because I get really emotional these days. I'm always emotional. And then I went through like a phase in my 30s where I was like, I'm tired of being a crybaby. I'm not going to cry anymore. And then now all the emotions are back. All of the emotion. It don't really take that much for me to cry these days. And so I like got up, gave him a hug, and I was like, it's going to be okay. Telling myself, gave him a hug, and then I left because I was like, if he doesn't want to cry, I don't want to cry because then he'll cry and then we'll just both be crying. All of that to say, it was really great. I was so happy for him. Oh man, I was so happy he got to experience that. If you are a church kid that went on a church retreat and you can recall, even as an adult, sometimes there's ones that are like really, really special. It's just a really unique experience where you really feel like I encountered God in that weekend or in that moment or whatever it was. And sometimes it's hard to keep. It's hard to hold on to that, but you know it was real. And so I was just really excited that he was able to experience that. I don't want to cry, but yeah, that was it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Amazing for him. Sad for that happened so young. His friend, so sad that his friend so young taking his own life. That's terrible.
I know. I was trying to figure out like exactly what like caused it, but Joe is literally, my name is Bennett and I'm not in it. Like literally, Mel will sit down with McKinley and she knows like all the tea, and like
McKinley loves to talk about everything and fill you in on every step.
She knows all the tea about everything that's happening at her school. My kids, Joe, Isaiah be knowing the tea a little bit. Joe be like, I don't know. I didn't ask. Well, what? I don't know.
He didn't go to his school now. It's an old.
Yeah, he didn't go. He was on his when he did club.
Oh.
So they're not even at the same school anymore.
So
yeah, it was really sad. And Joe, he don't ask. He don't reach out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Joe is very like, I really don't know what to tell you, but like, this is all I know. And like that, literally, that'll be all Joe knows.
All right, I'm excited to tell you about the first sponsor of this podcast, and that is Z-Biotics. Let's face it, after a night with drinks, I don't bounce back like I used to. Even before, I didn't really used to bounce back, but especially now, I don't really bounce back like I used to. I have to make a choice. I'm either going to have a great night or a great next day. And that is until I found pre-alcohol. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. And the way it works, when you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough days and rough mornings after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and then you'll feel your best tomorrow. Did you understand that kind of chain of events? You make it your first drink of the night. You drink responsibly. Then the next day, you'll still feel great. We recently went to dinner, and because I knew this was on the books and going to be happening, I had my pre-alcohol before I even left the house, because I knew that the next day I needed to watch some trials, read some lawsuits, do some editing, put that all together and post. And typically when I am preparing for an evening out, I have to not engage that much because I know I have all of that to do. But with this, I was so excited to kind of test it out. I drink my pre-alcohol, go out, and then the next day I was still able to feel good and do all of the things that I had on my ever-growing to-do list. And so, from the fairways in Augusta to the first pitch of baseball season and the start of festival circuits, April is a sprint out of outdoor celebrations. Don't let a rough next day keep you on the sidelines. Drink pre-alcohol to stay ahead of the game and make the most of every sunny Saturday. It is the springtime. Everybody's getting out. You know, you want to be out and be on somebody's rooftop or at somebody's game with your fries, your salad, and your beverage. And then you still have to do things the next day. So this is, especially if you have, Melissa talks about working out the next morning. She wants to be committed to that. If you want to go out, but you know you got to do that, this is how you can help yourself do that. If you want to go out and maybe go to church the next day, those are the kinds of things that usually you start to contemplate. Am I really going to end up doing this if I do this tonight? The pre-alcohol can help you do the things you want to do. It's going to help you feel good the next day. So go to zbiotics.com/GJ to learn more and get 15% off of your first order when you use GJ at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/GJ and use the code GJ at checkout for 15% off.
So you gonna take your pre-alcohol so you can go to church the next day.
And that's what I said. Because that's what I said.
That's hilarious.
I ain't been on a church retreat, so I'm
so sad for you, Melanie.
I mean, you go to revival. I assume
that's not the same.
Oh well, if it's not
the
no.
same. Because they're in
your
revival.
Phone don't work at retreats. You gotta turn it off.
And low key, I
don't want
never
that
mind.
anyway.
Let me.
That's what I said.
Yeah, we're moving on. We're moving on. All right. The next thing is that we gonna do these pop the trunks. Is that what we normally do? No, we normally do.
We said
pop the trunks.
But we said we're not doing pop the trunks.
I want to pop the trunk on one person.
Oh.
I want to pop the trunk on what's that woman's name? Tawanza Chili.
Oh, Rosanda is her name.
That's her name, Rosanda. I want to pop the trunk on Chili. I do want to pop the trunk on Chili. I want to pop the trunk on Chili because why are you the...
What did she say? I was like, I'm so sick of celebrities being outed for their Trump views. I'll be like, shut up. Just stop talking. We didn't have to know that about you.
I don't think she actually said anything.
So what did she? I was about to say. So what actually happened? I don't know.
So what I think the sequence of events is, and this is the other thing I need people to like kind of know, and this is why it's not the biggest smoking gun to me. It is problematic, but it's not the smoking gun to me. She ended up reposting. Actually, I think I saw it. She ended up reposting a post that was talking about Michelle Obama. I think I saw the post. I don't nowadays with AI. Also, Threads may have an AI problem. Threads may have a misinformation problem, and this is why I'm a little bit nervous of even saying if I saw it or not, because I didn't see it for my own self, because I think she unreposted it by the time I went to her repost. Okay. But it seems like she reposted something about derogatory about Michelle Obama. Somebody found out about it, and then that's took them down the spiral of verifying if she's actually a Trump supporter or not, and found out that she has given to donated money to what she thought was like the Veteran Affairs or something like that, and it got a little hanky panky, but it seems like she was donating to causes that were under Trump or under the Republican regime, from my understanding. You got to give or take with that, because this blew up a lot. The problem that I was having, I actually made a post on this. I myself, now I have never reposted nothing crazy about the Republican Party, Michelle Obama, nothing like that. However, I have accidentally reposted stuff on my Instagram. I don't know, my TikTok, to be completely honest with you, both times. Y'all know my TikTok and low-key my Instagram can get very crazy sometimes. I mostly enjoy it. However, Kev just made a post, and this is why I need people to kind of understand. Saying that two things are true, right? Chili, I believe, 100% is my belief that she is a Trump supporter.
Okay.
All right. I believe that her algorithm is such that it shows her very right-winged, derogatory things about Michelle Obama. That's how it came up across her thing, and that's how she accidentally reposted it. Because I also believe that there are people that voted for Obama, we know this to be true, and are Trump supporters. And she strikes me as that type. That's why she was like, I would never talk about Michelle Obama like that. I love the Obamas. I believe that. I 100% believe she is sitting in a place of dissociation that she can vote for Michelle Obama and say she loves Michelle Obama and be a Trump supporter even after he has posted that this woman is not a woman, and she is able to sit with that, and they're fully contradictory because there's people out there who do. I believe that. I also want people to know that because the algorithm is set up based on your interests, sometimes it just throws stuff at you that you may not necessarily be looking for. That's number one. Number two, I don't think that's the case with Chili, but I do want people to understand, if you've never been on TikTok and been like, now, I know I ask myself this all the time, how am I in Deaf Talk? Why am I here, a hearing person with a family full of people that can hear and can't speak ASL? I don't know why I'm here. Something about the algorithm has decided, let me just see if you like this. And then you get to decide if it's going to stick or not. That's number one. Number two, I want people to go on your phone right now, because people on my post are like, yeah, Melissa, but she had to be liking it or sending it off. Look on your phone right now and look at the two buttons on either side of the accidental repost button.
On what platform are you on?
Instagram, because that's what she did it on Instagram. Okay. And I want you to know what most likely happened, because that's what happens to me, is you're actually trying to hit the chat box to read the comments.
Oh.
And you accidentally, because the button is super sensitive. I've complained about this weeks, probably months ago, even on my threads, how sensitive the button is. She was probably trying to hit and read the comments and accidentally hit that repost button. And that's how she was outed.
Oh.
I don't think she was liking it. I don't think she was sending it to someone. I think she was probably trying to read the comments, because what are we on social media doing outside of watching videos? We're reading the comments.
Does she have children? She does have, I was going to say maybe a grandchild or something.
Yes.
Also had her phone. But
yes.
Okay. Do you think she mistakenly did this?
I think she absolutely mistakenly,
but that doesn't take away from the
correct,
fact that she aligns with
100%
or is a supporter of
yes her. And I think people are taking, and I think you have to, it's one of those things, and the only reason why I think it's important actually to make the distinction is because I believe there's a world in which someone who absolutely is not a Trump supporter could be served something that the algorithm is like, you might be, let me see if this is going to stick. And you're like, absolutely not. You done went too far. That's not me. But you're reading the comments, whatever the case may be, and you're reposting. And they're like, I'm not a Trump supporter, or I'm not a whatever the case may be. This is the example that we're using. And so I just want people to go through like what is most likely to have happened. Now, with Chili, though, it's not just this that we're looking at. We're not just looking at the reposts. We're looking at the donations. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be honest, I looked at the video she did, and the biggest smoking gun to me is that the first thing out of her mouth wasn't, "Y'all, I'm not a Trump supporter." Are you kidding me?
She made a video
apologizing.
Oh, okay.
And never out of, and then on the other thing, she kind of alluded to it. It was very much given Trump supporter, in my opinion. But I'm like, I think that you are a Trump supporter. I think that you are also an Obama fan. And I think somehow, some way you have found yourself in right-wing propaganda, and that is 100% your algorithm. And I don't believe you meant to repost that. I think you meant to hit the comment and read through the comments, and you accidentally reposted.
Got it.
That's 100% what I believe happened.
Got it.
And she deserves the tour. If the tour gets canceled, if she pulls out and TLC pulls out, because you know she's going on tour with Salt and Pepper and Vogue, I think the whole tour is going to be canceled. I think they are, not I think, the numbers will tell you this. They're one of the biggest I think only maybe Destiny's Child is bigger than TLC. Maybe. And I don't know that, but I think those would be the top two. The top two
number thing.
So there's no way In Vogue and Salt and Pepper are big enough together to carry a tour when you're marketing. Mostly it's going to be millennials my age that's old enough barely to remember the Salt and Pepper days, you know, maybe a little bit of zillennials, and In Vogue days, but you're really here for the, you know, the TLC.
SWV isn't on it.
I don't think they're on it. I think it's In Vogue.
People are saying they should come on in these comments, but I didn't realize they were not. That would be the other pool.
It's In Vogue. SWV. It's In Vogue, Salt and Pepper, TLC. I'm pretty sure of that.
Nah, you would need another big one.
Yeah.
Let me say, because I know the comments are going to come. That's why I switched over to grandchild, because I know she has a son with Dallas Austin. I know Tron, which has always been a weird name to me because it reminds me of like a transformer. Chili has a son with Dallas Austin named Tron. I changed it to, because he's an adult, he's a grown man. I changed it to grandchild because I'm thinking of a child, like getting your phone or whatever. I don't remember if I feel like he had a daughter a while ago or something. Yeah. That could be wrong, but I feel like that's what I remember. But anyway, well, all the best to her.
Wait, my problem is that her husband also reposted it. Now Chili's not married.
No, she be dating though. That she be dating.
Oh, no. So this is the thing, and this is why I want you guys to this is a very nuanced conversation. So I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying and not saying. The only thing that I'm saying is an accident is the reposting of that. Yeah. Conflating the likes. I'm not mentioning the likes. That's intentional. Conflating the donation, that's intentional.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is taken together is what makes her a Trump supporter. But what I'm also saying is that the repost, when she says, I didn't even know I did that, what I'm saying is I believe that. But that does not mean she's not a Trump supporter. These are two things that I'm saying are true at the same time. And that's what I want you guys to understand, that just because your algorithm serves it to you doesn't mean you went looking for it. The algorithm's job is to throw stuff at you based off what it believes to be true about you. Okay, it's Alex from the dang, you don't watch the show. It's Alex from Paradise. It's trying to predict what it thinks you like. And then you train it to say, absolutely not. I'm not right-winged. I like politics. Please serve me political commentary, but you can't serve me this right-wing nonsense. But it's going to try, because it's like, oh, it seems like you like this. Let me see if this is the version that you like. That's the algorithm's job.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. That those two things can coexist, because there are people out there who voted for Obama twice and then also voted for Trump 3 times. And I think she is one of those people.
Hello.
That's what I'm saying. And so if we could hold those together, then I think you'll understand the nuance and complex. It's really not even a complex argument, but you'll understand what I'm saying. These are the things that can be true. Yeah.
Let me tell you what's also true, and that is that Shopify is the second sponsor of this podcast episode. Starting something new isn't just hard, it's terrifying, it's annoying, it's scary, it's all of the things when you feel exposed and vulnerable and like this could be a dumb idea, that could also be the thing that changes my life. And so much work goes into this thing that you're not entirely sure will work out, and it can be hard to make that leap of faith. Trust me, I know. When we started Gin and Juice, when I started I'm Not a Lawyer But, when I started selling merch for I'm Not a Lawyer But, when I start all of the things, I wasn't sure what the heck I was doing. I'm still not many times sure. What if no one likes it? What if no one listens? What if no one cares? What if we make a fool of ourselves? What if no one buys my products? Now I know that I was right to believe in myself, and launching all of the things that I have and we have, despite all of the fears and hesitations. It also helps when you have a partner like Shopify on your side to help, who knows what to do when you don't. Hello? Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like mine, I'm not a lawyer, but to brands just getting started. You get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. You can accelerate your efficiency whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones. Shopify is backed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. And what if people haven't heard about your brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy to run email and social media campaigns. That's like a big part of running a business that most people don't even realize or understand, but Shopify has features obviously that really help people to kind of get your business out there, get your products out there, get people to be familiar when you don't really know what you're doing. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. It also helps boost conversions, meaning less carts getting abandoned and more sales for you. It's time to turn those what ifs into cha-ching with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/GJ. Go to shopify.com/GJ.
GJ.
That's shopify.com/GJ. Cha-ching.
Mel, they're asking about your merch.
I knew it, and that's why I didn't even want to do this ad, because y'all get on my nerves.
Okay, very good. As long as you know.
I'm just doing the ad because that's what they said.
Okay, I
y'all
just want to make sure.
mind y'all business.
Hold on. Go. You want to do another one?
No, I just was looking. I was making sure I did the thing.
The last thing I want to pop the trunk on, because this isn't a show I want to really talk about, is this stupid show called Love Overboard.
Wait, before you do that, I was going to mention two other things that happened on the internet.
The Versus battle?
Oh, well, Versus was hilarious. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
That is a good time. But I wanted to talk about, Druski made this thing that has millions on every platform, millions. It's insane to me. But what's even like more funny is, of course, everybody has the commentary, but on Twitter, this, I'm assuming like a Republican leaning person had like commented and was talking about how sometimes comedy takes it too far. This is not appropriate. You can't like do this kind of stuff and just stand behind it's comedy. And then somebody did a "this you" post to him because he had previously, let me see if I found
it's the white comedian that got in, Matt Rife.
Oh my
I saw
gosh.
that and I was
so
like,
funny.
Yeah, I kind of cited. But what did he say? Because I didn't see this part.
No, it's Clay Travis is who I'm talking about.
Matt Rife also
had a really good take.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had a take almost exactly that.
Not to step on your point.
This person, Clay Travis, retweeted the video and said Erica Kirk's husband was assassinated in September. It's March and a black comedian is putting on whiteface and mocking her in the video. Honest question: if a prominent black leader had been assassinated and a white comedian put on blackface and mocked his widow, what would happen? And so that's actually what he said. And then somebody reposted a prior tweet by him that said, he said disagree to whatever was the conversation was. Going back through old posts is a part of cancel culture, and there should be a statute of limitations on all this fake outrage, blah, blah, blah. Comedians shouldn't get canceled for real-time jokes either, even bad ones, even inaccurate ones, even dumb or offensive ones. Mock them, ridicule them, don't watch their show, pour more speech out reacting to them. But no one in creative spaces should be in favor of cancel culture coming from any angle based on time frame whatsoever. It's just bad on principle, regardless of the politics driving the target. So everybody was reposting this like, a little while ago you said this, and now you're trying to say that this ain't appropriate, but hey, remember how you said this, you can't do that. So anyway, I just found it to be all of the comments. Of course, everybody's always, that's why he makes these videos. That's why he's,
What's his name, Mel?
Clay Travis.
The thing about that Druski post, and this is what I was talking about, the misinformation that was spreading.
Oh my gosh, I hate the misinformation.
Oh, the way they were
There's
convinced.
so many fake. Everybody, as soon as I saw it, it's like, look, he's responding. Him and Erica Kirk are going back and forth on the internet. No, they're not, you guys.
Literally,
no, they're not.
They're
That's
literally
not real.
not.
They're not, guys.
They're
literally
not.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's AI.
Yes.
Like, come on. That's not happening.
When I first saw it, I was like,
so
it didn't even
annoying.
fit with. It didn't even seem right. And so and mind you, I don't even be on X. I was like, let me go to X to see for myself if this is real. Nothing.
The podcast clip that you sent though was
oh my god,
crazy. Then they said the T-Mobile thing, and one person included an article that said T-Mobile. They framed it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is it. Then so I was like, well, I want to see. The article was not real.
It don't be real. It's not real.
It's crazy.
something has to be done.
Yeah.
Something needs to be done with this AI. Is so annoying. And also it's like what I do anytime I see something and I'm like, this don't seem real, I just immediately go with that. It's not real.
Yeah.
We live in the world of AI. Go with your gut when you see this stuff, because it don't be real. And then all of a sudden, there's this whole narrative that's, oh my gosh, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. He made a video,
and that was it. And honestly,
he didn't say her name.
He never said her name.
So that's
and
not
honestly,
even grounds for
suing, because literally it's no different than SNL. I mean, SNL. We just talked about this. SNL wouldn't have what's his name, Druski, dressed up as a white conservative, but they absolutely would do a skit mocking white conservatives. It might be Tina Fey, but she'll be in there. The other thing that is unfortunate is a lot of times I think these things are seeded to get us divided.
Yes,
because the commentary and the videos and the outward, it was immediately we need to boycott T-Mobile, and I was like, oh my god, none of this is real.
Yes,
but it feels very much like we are in a time where America we are being baited into division. Yes. When division already exists,
100%,
and these things are like fueling it to make it worse, and that it sometimes gets very scary for me. It
just gets overwhelming. Like, how do you even, as a person who does put out information, I'm like, you guys, how do you even fight against? Someone whose entire goal is to generate engagement and outrage.
Yes.
When the truth is like less shocking.
Yes.
So it's hard to even, people want, I believe the crazy thing.
Right.
And listen, okay, the world is crazy, but like, reel it in a little bit. The AI is so, I hate it. I hate it.
Which is why I think, even going just a little bit back to the chili thing, I think that's why sometimes you have to sit with nuance and complexity, because going with the outrage, I think it's a culture of outrage right now. Yes. We have a culture of outrage, and that's why AI can take over. Nobody wants to verify.
No.
It feels better to be angry and upset.
Yes.
I saw so many comments were like, we know it's fake and we're still mad. You can't be mad if you know it's fake.
You know it's fake.
Because they're tethered together.
Also, engagement farming for these people to make $32 on a post.
I mean, honestly.
Literally. And did you see Faith? She's married to
Faith?
Judge Faith is married to
Kenny Lattimore.
Thank you. Lord have mercy. I don't know why this man's my name was not coming to my brain. She did a video because there were people, I don't know who these people were creating these fake videos on YouTube, trying to basically defame them and like talk negatively about their marriage.
Yeah.
And it would be like, for what reason? You don't understand. But sometimes I really just think because outrage can be monetized.
Yes.
That's what people are going for.
Yes, it works. And so people just keep doing it. Like, it's so infuriating. It is so infuriating because a lot of people aren't able to tell, and that's the point. You're not able to tell if it's real or not. That's no fault of ours, right? Like, it's made that way. It's intentional that you can't tell if it's real or fake.
Yeah.
And so people respond and carry on this narrative. And I mean, it's work to figure out if it actually is true or not. And most people are just living their life. The internet, the algorithm serves them something. You take the disinformation and now you've told the next person, and all of a sudden everybody's informed off of this inaccurate post that someone dumb in another country probably created on social media. Literally. And there are no guardrails. There's nothing in place to like fix that. That's what the real problem is, that these owners of these social media companies are just allowing this to happen. There's nothing. It pisses me off. It pisses me off when I'm on TikTok, because it is the worst in my opinion on TikTok. It is. Oh, it is so bad. And Facebook actually, but TikTok,
Facebook is bad too.
I just block. Anytime I see a page that has stolen my content or anybody else's content, I'm just blocking. If I'm on Facebook, and you know, people love to put a poster, an image up now. I didn't see YNW Melly in just looking like he outside, and I'm like, this man been in jail for 8 years, y'all. What are we talking? I just immediately block, because I don't know what else to do to stop the insane misinformation.
No, the reason why, again, going back to what the algorithm serves you. So me, Joshua, Imara, and Kev were talking about Druski over the weekend, and I sent them a video that was it had the voice of Druski talking about Erica Kirk and how he can't believe she was suing and all of these things. The video, it's just his voice, and then it just what you're actually watching is videos of Druski. So you know, when you watch an AI video, sometimes it's really hard to tell, but as you continue to watch, sometimes you can see the mechanics get weird, or the mouth gets weird, or something happens. You're kind of like, I can see the AI all over this. But they transposed it so you couldn't. They overlaid it, is a better word, so you couldn't see the face. So it was just videos of him. All of that to say, what ends up happening later in my algorithm is it started serving me AI content. Because I watched that one thing. Again, you guys, it's not that. It just thinks, oh, it seems are you interested in this? You've never liked this before, but let me just see. Let me serve this to you. And I'm like, oh no, algorithm. That's not how I'm getting down. This is like AI. I'm not interested in this. Let me show you and train you. I don't want this style of content ever. Like, you have to train it to do that. But all of that to say, this world, if you're unaware, if you're thinking about older Gen Xers, if you're thinking about boomers, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes millennials, we will get caught. If you are not like diligent, you will get caught up in this. 100%. It's so easy to accidentally. And again, the tweets that I saw, Druski and Erica going back and forth, they look like a screenshot from X. Crazy.
And they just don't be.
And one of the people on thread, I don't know who it was, because they're always botless, faceless accounts. It literally was like, T-Mobile's dropping Druski. Here's a link. Because, people are good for a source, cite it. So here's the link. But it wasn't real. But if you see that, you see the link, you think, maybe you don't click it, you think it's real, you go on about your business.
They're getting smarter. And these companies are not doing any. That's what pisses me off. These platforms have a responsibility, and they should be doing more things to stop this from happening. And instead, they just let it run rampant. And that is crazy.
Like to your point, put like a guaranteed indicator or flag that this is
even I really think they messed up. One of the I think this was so stupid. When they allowed you to simply pay for a verification, that was the first F-up. That was the first F-up.
I agree.
Before,
they can't be that broke to where they need that money.
The thing about it is, you knew you were on. Last night, we went to the American Idol thing. I went to tag American Idol on my Instagram. 2 American Idols popped up, both with the verification flag.
So now what?
I was like, I had literally had to get out of my story and go to the page to figure out who's posting what to tell which one is real. But I agree with you. That verification flag, at the very least, gave you some sort of confidence. This is a real person. This is a real thing. This is actual legitimate news site. Whatever the case may be. You don't know. I'll
go on a dang on page that I see is verified, they have 2 followers, and I'd be like, now why in the hell?
Why would you do that?
Why
Because it became a status symbol, and that's why people pay for it.
Yes. And that's not, they
That's why
have a
I've refused to pay for
responsibility. They have to do better. I'm embarrassed to admit, but it is actually, I hadn't even checked if it happened. My truth is, I recently paid. I'm embarrassed.
On which platform?
On the worst one.
Oh, on X.
I paid because I did, but let me tell you why.
You get and here's what they get.
Here's
That's
my
what I was gonna
the
say.
features, though.
It's the features.
It's the features.
You just pay for the pro.
I paid because literally, I probably will cancel it after, but because I am one of the only people really detailing what happens in Dirk's hearings, and people they be like, yo, I know that hearing was today when you're out. And so what happens is I immediately, when I'm getting out, here's the update. And what has happened is I have said someone's name wrong, or I have needed to go back and edit. And so my biggest problem is I need to edit a tweet. I'd have to edit
And that's it's only a feature
only a feature when you pay.
But also,
and so as I was looking at some of the other, like Rolling Stone they are an outlet that does come to the hearings. She doesn't tweet out what happens the way I do, but she does come. And so I saw her one time fix something, and I was like, oh, I see.
do that.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
The difference though is you actually no, and you are putting out legitimate information. What becomes confusing as the average person that's unchecked is that you then don't know who's real and who's not.
Yeah.
And that's truly the confusion and the unfortunate part, because you're taking things as if it's true and you just can't be sure, which is why for me I try to go to, like, if I'm following Melanie on Instagram, or I'm sorry, on TikTok, any platform for that matter, it don't matter. If I'm following Mel's account on any platform, I followed her for a while where I'm like, okay, she feels trustworthy. We all have those I have a couple people on my TikTok that I follow for news, like news, not the breaking, Aaron Parnas news. He's very much just headline news, but people that go deep into this is what's going on. This is I was just telling Kev, I said, I feel like I'm taking a U.S. government class as an adult.
Yeah.
You end up learning so much in real time because everything that's happening with this man. Anyway, but there's a couple people that I follow that I know they're verified, they're trusted. Over the course of time, I know I can trust what you are about to tell me to be legitimate, fact, and true. But then you realize everybody's not like that.
Yeah.
And so now the check used to be oh, I think I could trust you. You seem legitimate. You have the check. Nowadays, it's no, I have to have followed you for a little while. Yes. I need to know for a fact that what you about to tell me is true. Otherwise, baby, I got to scroll, or it needs to be verified. X is foul for tying those two.
Oh my God.
That editing.
Way. And Instagram is brutal because now they're basically you can increase your engagement if you pay for it. If you pay for the check,
which is worse, because then you are platforming people who are willing to spread misinformation. But because I paid you, you're now going to get a bigger platform. Actually, I'm happy you said that
too, though. That's one of the features.
And that's not.
They will push you up.
Well, that's what I'm saying is they're gatekeeping the algorithm from, like you said, you getting discovered more. I've gotten prompted with that option on Instagram at least once a quarter.
That's crazy.
That verbatim.
Me too.
Crazy.
Me too.
Not grow, get your stuff
increase your The thing about that is, I think they should be held responsible for that.
Yeah.
Because again, what we just talked about, it's not necessarily your engagement. It's not what you are doing, because y'all were telling me I'm wrong. I do this for real in real life. It's not what you're doing. The platform has decided this person paid, serve it to as many people as possible. And you're now on the list.
100%.
On my Facebook, I get so many ads, and I'm convinced these companies are spam. Convinced they are spam. And I'm like, I don't understand why Facebook isn't doing a legitimate check, legitimacy check to say, if you, the customer that you were serving this to, spends their money at this location, at this company, you will receive your product. It will be received in a timely manner. It won't be broken. It won't be da-da-da-da-da.
TikTok is good about that with their TikTok shop. they are better than Facebook. Yeah,
I feel like I have to not interested, not like stop serving me these ads and taking my money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Instagram's algorithm, for a little while I was like, I feel like they're actually trying to compete with TikTok, like the chaoticness of TikTok. Instagram algorithm, although something's happening with TikTok's algorithm, I will say that. Bad. Yeah, it's not what it used to be. Yeah, something's happening with TikTok. Instagram's algorithm, I haven't figured it out yet. Sometimes, some days I'm like, it's doing really good, but other days I'd be like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know why you sir. That's what I'm saying. Some days it's great.
What's weird is like, and I don't know if this is a coincidence, I feel like for me on weekends it's better. Like on weekends it feels more like what weekend cartoons used to feel like. Of like stuff I just can scroll and laugh at. And then other times it's like completely the other direction.
Literally.
How did my algorithm get here?
Yes, and I find myself asking that, not in a good way. On TikTok, rarely am I like, how did I get here? And I'm upset. Because sometimes I'm like, you done messed up. Because why am I here? Yeah. But most of the time I'm like, ha ha ha, I don't know how I got here, but this is hilarious. Yeah. Instagram, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, it's inconsistent.
I'd be very pissed.
Catch myself saying, the algorithm's doing good today.
Yes, me too.
And that shouldn't be definitive.
Or this is the other direction that Instagram goes. It'll be like, I'm interested in red fingernail polish. Every post after that for 3 weeks
Coral red, Valentine's red.
Oh my God. You're just like, baby, that's who I was yesterday. I'm a brand new person today. I don't even know if I want red. I think I want green. Please release me from the shackles of red nail polish. You scroll
and you're like, this video is terrible, and you see 0 comments and 1 like on it. You're like, I don't want to be the people selected when they say send this to my non-followers.
Yes. Or the other thing that happens to me on Instagram is you're scrolling and it'll serve your own video and be like, this could pop up in someone else's Instagram. God. If you want to pay for it, baby, I don't. I don't. Please leave me alone.
TikTok's blatantly obvious. Like if you want 30,000 views on this.
Yep.
Paid $27.
And that's what I'm saying. They are it's almost like when you're on like Postmates and the things that pop up at the top, they're all paid for. And all of those locations are paid for ads to pop up first for you to spend your money there.
On Postmates, they'd be like, click here to get a $20 coupon off. And you click it, but it only be for convenience stores.
Yes. Everything is a scam. Everything feels like it. Oftentimes, I feel like I don't have control anymore over what I'm seeing. Even on my emails, I will. I will check out of some. I actually just started a brand new email account so I can have things go there that I'm really not interested in, because I will buy a shirt, especially if it's like a black brand that I find on Instagram. I'm like, I want to support this black business. I'm going to do it. But I really don't want you to email your advertisements and your daily sales. I don't want to do that. I intentionally make sure I uncheck it before I check out. Do you know the very next day I will be on their email blast?
They don't care.
It happens every single time. And it's not just the black businesses. It'll be all the to Nordstrom's. I will unclick before I check out and I will automatically be in their email blast, and because it feels like you don't have control. Even when the option is there for you to control, it doesn't matter. Yes. People call you that don't want you to call. You're wondering, how did you get my phone number? I do not understand. People are emailing you that you don't want to email. You get junk mail in your physical email, your physical box. Then you go through on your algorithm as a way to escape, and all of a sudden you're being served stuff and you're like, I don't even want this.
Mm-hmm. Or I already bought this.
Or I already bought it. Please leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic, you get on a website. Or are you doing an ad?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, you get on a website and you immediately get to the website and you get prompted by enter here for 10% off, and then you get hit with the click here for the cookie settings.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. And at that point, after you get all through that, you're like, I don't even want to be on this anymore.
I promise you I don't want to be here anymore. I promise I no longer. Or you go to a website and before you can scroll to see what you like, it forces you to enter your email address.
I get off. Forget
Me too. I'd be like, I don't want anything. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to buy anything. Last thing I'm going to say about this, because we're just ranting at this point.
We got it from Druski.
We did get it from Druski. We're all over the place because I'm going to go from Druski to Hairstylist. If you are a hairstylist, Okay, if you are a hairstylist and you don't have your location in your bio, and I go to your Gloss Genius or whoever platform you use as your booking site, and you do not have at the very least your city and state.
Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
How do you expect me to know? Then, before I get your address, I have to pay a deposit.
Yeah.
And then you will send me. So now I can find out you're in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. I think that I feel like this all started when hashtags were really big on these platforms, because what people for some reason started doing is putting all the major cities. People would be selling hair or would be style, whatever, and they would be Los Angeles, New York, Miami, whatever. And so you get served. Meanwhile, I don't know what city are you in. You listed all 4 of the big ones. I don't really know,
because how are
where
you
to
in
start.
Atlanta, New York, and LA?
Oh man, it's the worst.
Baby, where is your salon?
Where are you?
And your salon's in Savannah.
Yeah,
Literally.
and
and
like,
you're not even in.
You're
By
not even
appointment
in
only.
the.
Like, what are we doing?
Like, what are we doing here? Just say where you are.
Literally, at the very
you can't
least.
serve me if I'm in a different state and I'm
now
trying to see if you're available
I can't figure
on
that out
Tuesday.
until after I've paid a deposit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you know how many hairstyles I'm looking for? I've been looking for hairstyles for a while now, child. I think I found one, but regardless, looking for a hairstylist. I spent eventually now so many things. If you are not going to put your city and state, please don't have your name be Hair by Melissa. Make it at least your salon name so I could Google the salon, and maybe in the Google search, because Google also knows where you are, so it'll be like here is Hair by Melissa salons, but only in LA.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you in Savannah, Georgia, baby, at the very least, make your Instagram name your salon name. Y'all have to help us. Y'all have to help us, because it is absurd to me that I cannot get the freaking location to your salon until after I get. Here's the kicker. My non-refundable deposit.
It's going to be non-refundable every time. Every time. I need your money up front. And don't try to cancel. Meanwhile, they will Don't get me started on hair. We'll go on a whole tangent. Actually, the ones I have now, I'm actually happy with. But my stylist I really want to go back to. I want to sew in so bad, and I want him to do
Melanie.
it. The problem is he don't have me in there waiting for 3 hours before he gets there. I'm gonna be fly as hell afterward, but damn it, I'm gonna be mad. But he just do good hair.
Just plan to spend your whole day in there.
Well, every time I go, I would, but like I still would be mad because it's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful, and I love him so much, but like he could do so much. You do better.
Off the trunk, Mo.
I hate him. Anyway.
I'm in hairstylist talk. They stay beefing. Little girl went in there to get her hair done, and the customer didn't speak and say hello. She ended up being like 20 minutes early. She was like, hi, I just want to make sure you could do your hair. She said, what time's your appointment? She said, 12 o'clock. And she was like, okay, well, I'll see you at 12 o'clock. So the girl sat down.
Oh my God.
Kept doing the other girl's hair.
Abusive.
It was like, it got kind of crazy. And the girl was young. She was like 18. Kept doing the other client that was in her chair's hair. The girl ends up leaving, she finishes. Mind you, she was late to, let's call it 12 o'clock. She's 20 minutes late to the actual appointment. The little girl comes, sit in the chair. And so she said she's doing her hair, braiding her down, yada, yada, yada. They end up going back and forth. I can't remember how it happened, but they end up going back and forth. And the lady was like, you can go. And the girl walked out, got on TikTok, and was crying. I just wanted my hair done. That's why can't nobody stand. And let me tell you something. These hairstylists nowadays, I went and got my hair done the other day. I'm trying to make sure y'all can't find these people because I didn't tag them and I didn't do. Okay, I think I'm safe. She didn't wash my hair for real.
Oh, my.
I said, why am I washed, conditioned, and in the chair in 5 minutes?
Oh, well, that's not all right.
I said,
they don't see.
That's a quick rinse cycle.
This is it'd be the hashtag young hoes. Because what? How did you? I'm so confused.
What school did you go to?
I'm so confused.
Everything is dumb.
Everything is dumb.
Everything is dumb.
The young girl in the thing I was talking about, she was like, "That's why don't nobody go to y'all OGs."
Okay.
I'm sorry, the OGs wash your hair and they will scrub. Okay, it be feeling like a massage. They do 2, 3. They believe. I believe in a double cleanse. You know, OGs believe in the double
Your
cleanse.
hair be you
clean.
Can feel that it's clean.
Then
leaving
they will
product in your hair. Is
deep
wild.
condition wasn't an add-on. Deep condition is what they did.
Well, because it's like everybody nowadays wants to be like a hair extension specialist,
yes,
or wants to be like instead of like hair care. Like the whole basis of the hair industry was taking care of hair.
Come on,
but now it's like I'm gonna make you look like a baddie.
But
your hair dirty and broke.
Styling.
It's broke off.
Yeah, it's literally just styling. Because also OG hairstylists would sit down and be like, "I'm finna trim your hair," and you would just be like, "Okay."
Yeah, like it used to be like a trim or a cut. Like that used to be the big thing because you not gonna have no more hair because they finna cut off all the dead hair. Now they let you just go with your straggly ends for 3 years, but
it won't say a word.
It won't say a word, but it's okay because these new tracks I'm finna put in here finna hit. You finna be fly. What's underneath is dead and gone.
Dead and gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be dead and gone underneath there, but on top of there,
girl,
lit.
And that's part of my problem right now. I really want someone that's going to maintain my hair in between the styles. And I feel like people are only here for the style.
Yeah.
And that's it. Whatever it takes. Listen, you will go to the sew-in, which the leave out, I only did for a little bit of time. I understand why people wear the wigs. They will flat iron, hot comb, spritz and spray. Flat iron again, spritz and spray. Flat iron. Baby, my hair texture is not the texture of this weave. It is never going to be this straight.
Yeah.
Please release me.
Oh, it's so bad. Everything is stupid. Everything is annoying. And that's why I'm going to tell you about the next sponsor of this podcast, which is BetterHelp. Okay. It is a great platform in which if you are feeling overwhelmed by all of the things we've talked about and more, sometimes you need a space to get that stuff out, to talk to someone about it, because I'm telling you, everything is dumb. Some of the things that we've talked about, actually, a lot of it has to do with finances, either from social media, people posting with the motivation for monetization, or we're talking about hairstyling where you pay to get your hair done. You're not happy with the service. They didn't do a good job. So now you didn't pay. And all of that is stressful. On top of like just being overwhelmed with like misinformation or whatever, like the financial aspect of it is also stressful. And it affects financial stress, affects more than just your bank accounts. It can take a serious toll on your mental health and relationships, with 88% of Americans feeling some form of financial stress at the start of this year, at the start of 2026. Money worries often bring anxiety, sleep disruption, and even depression, and are one of the leading sources of conflict for couples. This month, we want to normalize the emotional weight of financial stress and remind people that struggling with money doesn't mean that they failed. Sometimes it's just about accessing the right kind of support. And therapy can help unpack some of those feelings, your relationship with money, maybe your partner's relationship with money. It can help you build healthier coping strategies and feel less alone in the process of money, which many times can feel very isolating. You can feel like the only person who, especially if you don't feel like you're doing well financially, or you're struggling with how to manage your finances, you can feel very alone and isolated and not really sure how to work through that. But therapy and using BetterHelp can help work through that. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and the company's over 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right on the first time. However, if you're unhappy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from additional tailored recommendations. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally, and it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. So when life feels overwhelming, which is the word we have mentioned many times already in this podcast, therapy can help. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/GJ. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GJ.
All right, we're gonna do Love Overboard, and then we'll go to your show.
Okay.
Afterward, between you can do your the last ad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you guys about this stupid show that I hate watched.
Cinema.
I told Joshua and Mara to watch it, and Joshua would be here for the shenanigans. One thing about that, Joshua,
I love the mess.
he be here for the mess. Okay.
Sign me up.
This is a show. It's bad. It is literally
So bad.
I hate this show, and you guys know Melanie does too. Well, Joshua does too. The three of us together love a good dating show.
Yes.
And I'm always going to complain about how black women are treated on these shows because it's just always apparent. I feel like the show actually made it so much. One thing at a time. Love Overboard is a show that airs on Hulu. It is executive produced by Alex Cooper. She is the host of
Podcast?
of that podcast called Call Her
Me
Daddy.
Daddy.
Call Me Daddy.
Really?
Whatever.
Call Her
Yes.
Daddy.
It's Call and Daddy. It might be my Call Me Daddy, Call You Daddy. We don't know. Call Her, I don't know. But the Call Daddy one. Executive produced by her.
Oh.
And so imagine the premise of the show is essentially Love Island on a yacht. Okay? Essentially. A couple quirks, they say most shows are the same, and it's how much different? 5%, 10%, 7%?
Sure. I don't know.
Something like that. Anyway, most shows have like a 10% difference, but like at the root, the nuts and bolts of it, it's the same. So it's essentially Love Island, but they're on a yacht for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's essentially the show. They have shipwreckers. Think of them as bombshells. That's what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, bombshells. They have challenges. Some of the challenges are literally from Love Island. Heart rate challenge, the box thing that they had to read, like it's literally, some of those are exactly the same. The other nuance is that you must be coupled up to be top deck. You could be coupled up while you're downside, but you must be coupled up to be top deck. And top deck is where you get to live the life of luxury. If you are downside, even if you're coupled up, as long as you are downside, you are actually serving on the boat. So you are cleaning, you are serving the food, you are cooking, you are doing those things. All right, and this is
prepping the food too.
Prepping the food. You're doing all. You are literally
scrubbing
toilets. And I watched some of the videos of the people that were on the boat, and she was like, "No, it's literally that bad. Like we were literally doing those things." Okay,
That's wild.
yes,
And they didn't tell them that until they got on the
and
boat.
they didn't tell them that until they got on the boat. Correct. All
Sorry.
right.
That was egregious.
Yes. So that's essentially the show. You guys are starting to get a picture. All right. Do you want to go first of what you hate about this show?
No.
Let's get what I just said out the way, because that's where I want to go first. Dating shows are never set up for black women to succeed. All right? That's just normally how it works.
Not even a hot take.
Not even a hot take. There is one woman on the show. She is downside the entire time. Bella is downside. She's quirky. I will give you.
All right.
She's dramatic.
All right.
I will give you.
She cries.
She cries.
Two things can be true.
And two things can be true.
They don't do black women right, but this black woman.
She was quirky.
Midwest girl.
She was.
All
No disrespect.
She was a little different.
Okay.
But my problem is it wasn't just her, and this is why I'm saying that. The only reason why Sade stayed up top is because she played the game. Contact Eyes.
Oh, okay.
She played the game. She was with the younger dude. Matter of fact, thank you. She was with, I'm about to tell you. She was with, they only have the finals. God dang it. They only have the finals. I have to find the contestants. Yeah, they only have
Hazel Eyes?
Hazel Eyes, but who was the guy she was originally with? The younger guy that ended up being, wasn't he the cop and was like super conservative? And
but he ended up staying.
Yeah, he ended up.
Bo is this guy.
No, not him though. Not David. Send me this. This is what I'm looking for. Hold on, because I want to give you guys the names. So Sade was upside. She was coupled up, and then for what, I can't remember exactly what happened, but she ends up being broken up.
And she goes down.
And he goes downside. She's like, I'm
not doing that.
I'm not doing that. I live a life of luxury. Y'all don't know who I am. She was with this guy, Keith.
I was just about to say
yeah,
Keith.
she was with Keith.
Didn't she go downside like for a night?
So then eventually she ends up going downside, never to return upside.
Because her and Bella got into it.
Yes, they did. But my problem is, and she tried to go back after Keith, which I understand why Keith was like, girl, I'm not going back with you. Like, I feel like you low-key did me dirty. I stayed down. I went downside. You stayed upside. We're broken up. She tried to be like, no, let's get back together. I understand why he wasn't with it. My problem is they don't cast people, men who are interested or date or have a history of dating black women. And it becomes apparent in this show because they couldn't even enjoy part of the reason Bella was crashing out. I thought I was going to have a great summer and everything was going to be fun and I was going to da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, the whole time she's downside.
She says, I'm a 10 back home. I never get
rejected. I never get rejected like this.
Humiliated
over
twice.
And over and over. And they never sent a single person to be interested in her, to be interested in Sade. And the other black woman eventually got low.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Before you go there, because I agree, but are the kind of men that black women that go on these shows are interested in, I think a fair question, and you did a dating show, maybe you'll have a good perspective.
No, I won't.
Black men aren't, I think, typically signing up for these kinds of shows.
Yes.
And the ones that the women who go on the shows are interested in, I think the real question you have to ask is, would the kind of man you're interested in sign up for a show like this? Right? Because at the end of the day,
they aren't.
Right? A man like Greg, who is obviously a man I'm married to, if I had gone on a show, I'm not meeting him. He's never going on this show.
No.
Right. But I think
that's what White Girl said. She's like, we all have trauma. We're on a dating show.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, to your point, they're going in not put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
continue the point.
So I'm having 2 points, because I agree that we've watched a million dating shows and black women are never given the kind of men who are attracted to them, want them first.
Correct.
Okay? That they're not given that. But on the other side of that, because the kind of men who would put them first aren't going on these shows, y'all got to go to church or the grocery store or the club. Like, I just feel like you have the men that you're interested in are not going to be on this platform.
I agree with you that even to the point of my dating show, it was actually a huge undertaking.
Yes,
black men.
Yes,
it was. I'm not even gonna lie. We were desperate
to find men
trying to find good caliber men,
right? Because the ones who are now, there are black men that'll go on the show, but you see what you get with it. They're not on there with the right intentions.
But this is my problem. I agree, but the problem is that, and this is why I sometimes hate the argument black women shouldn't go on the show, but also I subscribe that black women shouldn't go on the show, and I also subscribe to black women go on the show and then leave. Prove your point by leaving.
Walk out mid-season.
Because they're embarrassing us. It is embarrassing to feel unwanted. It is embarrassing to be consistently 100%. And constantly rejected. It is embarrassing to put yourself out there. You're willing to be attracted to this basic white dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point, we go on the show. This is my original point. It is so unfair that 20-year-olds that are white get to go on and frolic and have their little summer fling.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be much more serious than that.
Yeah.
And black women have to be like, no, I got to find mine at church.
Yeah.
I just want to be 20 and I want to be an influencer. Yeah. I want to go on this show and have a good time and come out with a podcast and brand deals. And we don't even get that, because you go on the show, you're made to look aggressive, you're made to look like a fool, you're made to look like don't nobody want you, you're crashing out.
Yeah.
And so you leave and everyone's looking at Huda as the breakout star.
Yeah.
It's not fair that it's always these reward shows don't care about you. We need to create our own.
Why?
Sometimes I feel like I do want to cause a disruption.
Yeah.
I do. I do want to go on these platforms, and as soon as they say something, I am going to make a scene, but it's going to look like this. Before I leave, I just want y'all to know, casting and directors and everybody here with all the cameras, make sure that your camera's on me. This will be the last time that I come out here on this freaking show and y'all have the opportunity to embarrass me. I've been on it for 3 days. Blonde hair and blue eyes is not interested in me. Mr. Sir over here is not interested in me. Low-key MAGA police officer is not interested in me. And y'all know I'm a black woman. So why would y'all cast me to embarrass me? You won't get the opportunity. I'm leaving.
Wait. I'm confused.
Because I feel like when we're not even seen, we're invisible and forgotten about.
Okay.
Don't apply for the show and embarrass them. Apply for the show and call them out publicly on these platforms. And then leave.
Okay, wait, because I just want to be clear.
And then leave.
Okay, I want to be clear because I saw a comment that was saying like that the men are out there, but casting isn't choosing them. But what I'm asking you, I'm going to act like I'm in court from your training and experience. From your experience with a show, just to be clear, from your experience with having, how many seasons you had?
We only did 2.
2. Was it or was it not hard, a challenge to find black men that you felt like would be of the caliber of women that you had, that you felt comfortable and proud to bring on your show? Was that not a challenge?
Yes.
Okay. So that what I'm saying,
because,
right?
But this is
I'm not.
Yes.
It is a reality. Right?
Yes, you are
that
correct.
is a reality. That does not negate, that's not to say that we shouldn't, part of me feels like these shows, many of these shows, their first seasons don't start with us.
Absolutely.
And so when you start with people who don't look like us, it's hard to then believe that platform is made for you.
Yes.
And so if single black men are not watching these dating shows the way that single black women are, we watch it, get excited, want to be on there. It's black men are not watching it, period.
No.
Many, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I'm being very, and believe me when I say I am being very broad with what I'm saying. There are black men who watch these shows. Yes, I'm being generalizing on purpose. Okay. I know that there are black men individually who may watch dating shows. Sure. Hear me.
But overwhelmingly, these shows are marketed to women.
Exactly.
It's not just black men.
And
overwhelmingly, women are interested in these shows.
Yeah, and so when they start off, they're not for us. And then black women get excited and want to get on the show, but the black men aren't there.
No.
It just is a challenge. I don't know what the answer is. I don't
either, but I feel like the reason why...
Yeah, they go and find the balloon. That's a show that feels like it's for them. Now, I'm not to say that it's not a mess, but when you're marketing,
and that's what I was going to say.
It's targeted towards different people.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. When Love on Stage, I go in with the mindset that I am making a black show for a black audience.
Yes.
And so I know the type of women that I have. I also know, as a black woman in America, our natural inclination, I'm protecting these black men.
Yeah.
And I'm not finna have us out here looking a fool.
Yeah.
So take that out, edit that out. Baby, I know you applied for this show and I know you think you're a good one, but I don't want to embarrass you or me on my platform. Mm-hmm. So I'm a pass.
Yeah.
I'm a pass on you and I'm gonna go over here. That's the difference. There is greater care and concern when there are black people on the EP side of a show that's able to say, not on my watch.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like we have to force these conversations so that these platforms do. Is it harder? Yes, but casting is hard.
True.
Go out here and do your freaking because the thing about it is, and this is why I'm saying, you can find young black men that are also just here for a good time that aren't jerks.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Going on Love Island and thinking you literally found the love of your life that you're going to marry. Does it happen? Actually, I don't know. I didn't watch that many seasons of Love. I've only watched 2, and it's probably not that old to know that these people got married and went off into the sunset. But also, I feel like Black women should have an opportunity to leave these platforms with the audience that these white people have. I mean, we did get Serena and we did get Olandria.
And she out here living her
and
life.
she out here living her best life. I just saw today Olandria's on the cover of that old Sports Illustrated.
Yes, she is.
Looking amazing.
All in the water.
All right, amen and hallelujah. You better frolic and whimsy.
And she got a man. I was about to say she didn't leave with that Black man, but she left with another.
But she left with a man.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we should be able to have that representation. Sure. We should be able to spend a summer of fun and have a summer fling without it feeling like, as the Black community, now why y'all cast him?
Yeah.
Now why y'all cast her?
Yeah.
Now y'all know good and well, why would y'all do that? When there are Black men and women out there, because you find them with the white, and you're not going to tell me that there are just more white men available.
Yeah.
When we've gotten white drug addicts.
Hello?
2, one from Love Island. I mean, I think they're both in recovery right now, but they were on drugs. That's a fact. Because they were in rehab. One from Love Island and one from Love is Blind. And they were white. They were white. That's all I'm going to say about that. Mm-hmm. All right. The other thing that I'm going to say that I hate about this show, the way that you decide I don't want to be with you no more.
Oh, yeah. We tangented. Yeah.
Is that the two people who are fighting for the love of this third person go on a plank 30 feet suspended over the Atlantic Ocean.
With no time limit.
Time limit.
My God.
And no life vest.
Yeah.
Because in the event that you are chosen, you get to walk back.
Unless you tell them you can't swim, then you get a life vest.
Correct. That's right. One person did get a life vest. Fully dressed up, made hair, makeup, dress on. Fully dressed to go out on a plank. For the third person to say, the person I want to throw overboard is Melissa. And the plank just drops.
Oh my gosh.
And you plummet into the ocean. Embarrassing, number one. I was so happy that Hazel Eyes was, I can't think of her name, Sade. She was like, yeah, I'm realizing that the guy for me is not here. And I was really happy about that. Bella left.
She did.
And Sade left. She said, absolutely, you're what you're not going to do is plank me. Yeah. I will leave first. Thanks so much. Bye. You go out on these planks, you do that, you fall. The worst part about this is that there's this couple, Lauren and David. Spoiler alert, but child, it's worse. You're going to be upset watching it if you do. It don't matter if I tell you, you're going to be upset. They are connected from day one. David and Lauren.
Are they pirates?
Girl.
That's funny.
They are connected from day one. They match up. Everybody thinks they're in it to win it. They're going to be the couple to beat. David, eventually, they're in it for a couple days. David asks Lauren, will you be my girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Think of this for your Love Island fans as being closed off.
Lauren is low.
Low. Yes, okay. Lauren is low. Think of this as being closed off. That's what the equivalent is. Because remember.
Context for David. He said, paraphrasing, I used to be an F-boy, but I'm seeing this is my opportunity to finally do right. I'm ready. Yes. I want to be ready for a woman.
Yes.
And then also at the other side of his mouth talking about we're sexually incompatible. Okay. Yes, but he's only telling that to us, the audience, in his confessionals. He's not, and they're having sex.
I was going to say, they're definitely...
No. They're having sex.
Every night.
Yeah. No. They're having sex. He did say he's attracted to the plastics. He loves the BBL. He loves the boob job. Mm-hmm. And Lauren is none of those things. Beautiful girl, but like she's just natural. And so... He says, Lauren, I want you to be my girlfriend. She says, yes, I'm so ecstatic. Again, Love Island watchers, that's the equivalent of being closed off. Because remember, they're getting shipwreckers. Shipwreckers are bombshells that are coming in. The day after, all right, not even 24, probably 12 hours later.
Yes.
A bombshell comes in. A shipwrecker comes in.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
And bombshell, correct. She comes in. I don't know if she has a BBL. Is this undecided? She definitely got a boob job, but did she have a BBL?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
So she comes in. She decides, I got my eyes on you, David. They end up going on a little date. In the date,
it was like a spa massage date.
Context. At first, she says hi to David.
Oh, and then Lo
goes in for a conversation. Lo says, what is going on? She's like, well, I'm just trying to get to know people.
Yes.
And she's like, what's the point?
Yes, because she's like, we're married. Like, we have, like, jokingly, but like, we're married. I'm with child right now. I'm like, baby, we're together.
And
You're wasting your time.
Bombshell Girl was basically like, I'm going to get my lick back.
Yes.
Basically.
So she has her sights set on David. She has an opportunity to go on a date. She chooses David. They go on a spa date.
Yes.
Spa mud date.
That's what you call it.
It was rubbing involved.
A lot.
Lots of rubbing.
Of bodies.
Then they go in the shower. He gets sucked off.
Mike's on.
Come on, sucked off.
Sucked off. But someone said he did something to her too.
Allegedly.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Because he said fellatios with an S.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did too. I think he reciprocated.
And I think that's what was going into his thought process of, I'm not getting out of this without getting too far ahead.
Wow.
So they, mind you, this is the day after close off ceremony.
Yeah, he just
all right,
asked her
they've
to be
closed
his
off.
girlfriend.
Now he is fully fellatioed out with this girl.
And they keep cutting to Lo back at the compound.
And all the friends
being like, everybody on the
there.
compound is like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And she's like, I just feel so sorry for him because he's such a nice guy. Like, he's not going to know how to just like be mean and tell her like no. And all the friends are like, that's so crazy. Like he's with you. Like there's no way.
She takes a nap and everything.
She takes a nap. She's not stressed at all. My man is coming back and I can't wait for him to come back.
To the point where they're like, poor shipwrecker. She's not even going to be able to fully unpack her bags before she's going to be
dropped on the board tonight. Like,
well, too bad, so sad, right?
Meanwhile, he
fully engaged with this girl. Come back. You guys know what's next? The plank. He has Lo. Her name is Val.
She put her good dress on and she put her makeup on because she knew she was good.
She thought she was finna stay.
This is probably the third or fourth plank ceremony by this point.
No, I don't even know. Yes, maybe.
It was at least a few.
Yeah.
Couple. 3 to 4. So we know how this works. And typically they go out, you say your words. Why do I want to stay with you? I want to stay with you because the first moment I came in here, I knew I had eyes for you. Other person. I know we haven't had much time. This is generally how it goes. I know we haven't had much time, but I feel like we have a connection and we should keep talking. Then the person. Yeah, I agree. We don't have much time, but I love this person. You planked. 5-minute conversation. Planking is done. He has both of these women on these planks for 45 minutes.
It was so long. He can't decide between the girl he just had oral with in the bathroom that he met 2 hours ago or the girl that he's been with since the beginning of the show that he just made his girlfriend. He can't decide between these
45
two women.
minutes.
Has them standing out there and it's literally like a diving board. Like think of like a diving board over the ocean and you're just standing there waiting for this person to decide your fate. And they have their dresses on, their makeup on, and they're just like, please decide.
It's getting cold. The lights changing.
Literally.
Please tell us which one.
They're crying. They're asking for a break. They won't give them one.
Yeah.
They're cold because you're out there in your dress.
The girl
like,
Lo at one point is realizing how south the date actually went because he's starting to go, I don't.
You're not going to forgive me.
You're not. Exactly.
He just keeps saying you're not going to be able. And so she, of course, you don't even know what I would forgive you for. Like, why? You don't even know. Why won't? It's okay. And he's like, no, I don't think you're going to forgive this one. And the other girl's like, just follow your heart.
Yes.
Do what you want to do.
And all the other contestants.
And all the people are like, what the is happening?
Literally.
What happened that has you so confused that quick? Yesterday, you were with this girl. Who is this new girl and how she got you shook so quick?
For 45 minutes?
And he's
for
just
45
like,
minutes.
I don't know. I don't know. He's not even that cute. You're not even fine to be having me on a plank for 45 minutes, my boy. And I don't know. It's so ridiculous.
And he was the one stressed out like he was the one out there on the
plank.
He's like, your parents, your mom, they're going to watch
your brothers.
Your brother. It's so bad.
Like hard to watch.
Oh man,
it's annoying.
It's really bad.
It wasn't like a TV 45 minutes. They made you feel And they put the clock up.
They
of how
sure
long
did.
They were out there.
It was so bad.
It was bad. And so eventually, what does he do? The person I want to go overboard, Lauren, planks her.
Yes.
The crowd goes
There's
angrily wild.
Oh, the girl is so
what's
pissed.
her name?
What is her name?
Lynn's? No.
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 Leela.
Leela. I knew it started with an L.
Leela goes clean off.
She's pissed.
She's pissed. She's yelling at. Actually, and her boyfriend was too. The guys low key held her accountable. Karai.
Everybody was except for Horny Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were mad. Everybody was mad. Actually,
Yeah.
I appreciated how even the people who were the men who went up to him and were trying to make sure he wasn't like depressed, but they still like in them trying to make sure he was good. They were like, but you know you was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
You're
you
foul
did was
for that.
crazy.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, it happened now. So like,
It is what it is, but like,
yeah.
you really could have went about this better. Specifically, not asking her to be your girlfriend if you're telling us that you were unsure, because it was given sure.
For a little head?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It was, but he's also like, she's my type, and the girl is saying he's her type, like they're who. And again, I think we say this all the time on these dating shows, like it's so awkward because you're in these situations, you're part of you wants to try something new and not go for what you've always gone for, but then your natural instincts is probably to go what you go for because that's naturally what you're attracted to. So like pattern. I think that all of that is fine, but the way he handled this
terrible
was so
degrading.
bad. It was degrading. It was embarrassing. It was rude. It was dumb. And even the one dude was like, that was a choice.
Literally.
If you don't want
you're
to
a grown man.
you're a grown man. If you did not,
just happened.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it just happened. We were on the date. It just happened. He was like, you're a grown man. That was a choice. If you didn't want to get head from this girl, you could have said it. No.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen. So again, the way the men were like checking him was
really good. Yeah.
But I think it's the way he handled this, because he shouldn't have asked this girl to be his girlfriend when 2 scenes before that he said we're not sexually compatible, and then later on you find out in another conversation he's telling, oh dude, I never actually got off with her,
right?
Like we had sex a couple times and I never finished, and that is part of the problem. Again, if these are your issues,
you got to say that.
You don't ask her to be your girlfriend.
Literally.
If that is a truth, it's a truth. Don't ask her to be your girlfriend.
Because that's confusing and unfair.
Yeah.
And this is where
it was wild.
This is where I wish Lauren would have on the plank said, I want out.
Yeah.
I want out. I'm gonna make the choice, because I'm not gonna stand here and watch you figure out.
Right.
You gotta do that in your private time with you and the Lord.
Yeah.
Not where I'm standing right here on this plank. So what I'm going to do is bow out, and it will not be by jumping off this plane.
Yeah.
Production, this is over. I'm walking back.
100%.
You can be with her. Mm-hmm. I'm leaving with my head high, my dignity intact, and my clothes dry.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it's a nice dress.
Yes, that was,
nice dress.
and
Nice
that's
dress.
like,
Beautiful gown.
that's the part of this show that's low key where we watched through the end, because it was only like 3 episodes left after that. Kev was like, who are you rooting for? I said, no one. I care about no one on this show at all. But that's the like embarrassing part. Everyone gets planked. I don't necessarily care about these white people, but these black women, I do care about them. And so that ends up like, I feel bad for them. I hurt for them. And that's where I want them to like take their power back from the show, you know, and be like, absolutely not. Like Sade left on her own terms. Bella left on her own terms. Don't have Lauren sitting on here like, I can forgive you. You don't even know. Tell me what you did.
Yeah.
You're not going to work out your confusion.
And then for him to have
for 45 minutes.
Self-loathing pity party the next day.
Oh my God.
Even the producer had to like come out
literally
out of shot, come into shot and like talk. Listen, you got to pull yourself together, because he's just all messed up about it. But like rightfully so, you should be. You know what you did was wrong. So like, sir.
Yeah. It's a terrible show.
Terrible. And then I knew the show was unserious when Haircut Boy was like, it's an emergency. I need to call my mom right now.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
I need to call my mom right now. I need a producer.
There's a grown man,
Melanie.
a grown man on the show who gets a haircut from like, I guess somebody on the, like a barber or something.
Yes.
Probably the set barber.
He gets his haircut and he is like freaking out, asking production to call his mother. No, I need to talk to her right now. Call her.
Andrew.
He's like repeatedly saying, I need to speak to my
It's
mother.
an emergency.
And
Calls
it's an
out for
emergency.
Literally,
And
it says it's an emergency.
as the viewer, you at that point aren't aware of
what's
why.
going on.
I
You're
rewinded.
You just
Me too,
see
'cause I
him
thought I missed
saying,
something.
I need to call my mother. He eventually gets to call his mother. And his emergency is that, assuming the set bar, somebody cut his hair and messed up his sideburns.
I couldn't even.
And I mean, it was the specifics of they messed up my sideburns.
I couldn't even tell he got a haircut though.
Me either.
I was like,
Me either.
I was like, what happened?
What happened? Because he's literally like, Mom, it's an emergency. They messed up my sideburns. And his mom, God bless her, says,
what do you want?
What do you want me to do? And he's like, tell me what to do. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Mind you, the entire show's on a date on the top deck, and he's not going because his sideburns are messed up, quote unquote.
And literally, you can't
It
tell.
was so dumb.
I want you guys to, people
was
keep
dumb.
asking. These people are like early 20s up to, I want to say like 30.
Yeah.
I think one person was like 30. But like some of the guys, like Lauren that we were talking about, she's 29.
Dang.
Leela's 21. Lexi's 26. Reese is 26. Andrew, sideburns that we were just talking about, 29. Sade is 30. Like, Tim is 30.
It also, I mean, it was so dumb. It was so infuriating. So when we started and Liz was like, do you want to say why you hate the show? I hated the show because unfortunately we are really deep. We are far into dating shows being on multiple platforms. And I think from the first season of some of these shows until now, like you can see the growth, and they still have a long way to go. And especially when it comes to Black women, that is a fair complaint. But I think just the production overall and even the like story, like I just feel like it's come very far. And when I first turned on the first episode, it just felt so amateur. It felt so early stages of a show that I was just like not interested in watching the progression of the show. I was just annoyed. Like I when y'all work out y'all kinks, circle back. I don't have the time to watch
while you work it out.
While you work it out,
because we're on the plank.
So, yeah, like I just like having this grown and the way that they're just very early stages. I thought it was dumb.
It was.
I was truly not interested in this show. Even the production value, it just felt very cheap.
It did. The font styling looked like SpongeBob, but like the title sequence was a different font. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Also, I like, what's her name? Wendy, Gabby Wendy.
That's the host?
Yes.
Where is she from?
So she is from Traders. That's probably where we know her from.
I know her.
But she started on The Bachelor, was The Bachelorette, and then we saw her on Traders. Okay. That was at least my first introduction. I'm assuming it's your first introduction to her as well. I don't mind her at all. I will say this. I've never heard her voice.
Oh my gosh.
In this longer capacity. And as humbly as I know how, this woman sounds like who Catherine O'Hare's voice and accent was in Schitt's Creek.
Moira.
Catherine O'Hare talks like she is exaggerating the way Gabby talks.
That's funny.
That's literally the whole time I was like, is this who Catherine O'Hare mimicked her voice after? Because
it was hard.
These weird inflections that she does is very reminiscent of that character from Schitt's Creek.
I hated it. And that is why I know her. I'm like, why do I? The whole time I'm trying to figure out why I know her. And I wanted to like her, but I didn't. I didn't like anything about the show. I did not.
It's terrible. I actually don't recommend you watch this. For all the reasons I said, and what Melanie is saying is 100% true. Kevin and I, literally the production value is very low.
Very low.
Literally down to the fonts was weird.
The fonts, it feels like I'm not a visual graphic person at all. It feels like fonts I would choose that I think look good, and everyone else is like,
Yeah.
You're not a designer, are you? Like
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
thought.
it's like,
everybody else is having.
you are
Yeah.
like 1990s PowerPoint
Yeah.
trying to make a deck instead of like, there's products like Canva now that can like help you. Like it's so, they're like bubbly with the little, I
Yeah.
guess maybe because of the water, but it just is visually
Amateur.
unappealing,
Yeah.
very amateur.
Yeah,
I
very.
Tell they
hated
didn't have
it.
money for real. During the heart rate challenge, they kept shouting Scentbird out.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay. I mean, give them a clip, but you're giving them sound bites,
Yeah.
the Patron.
It's so dumb.
It was bad. It is. What was so interesting is I would literally hate watch this entire show, and so I went on TikTok, literally expecting people to hate what people enjoyed this
Really?
so much.
Oh wow.
I believe it.
People, I was like,
Oh,
this
I'm
show
surprised.
is terrible. Beyond the, like, if you're not black, maybe you don't feel for black women the way that I do.
Yeah.
I got it. I understand. But like, it's still a terrible show. Like, I don't understand. It's not even like engaging and capturing.
No.
Like Love Island, it's injected into your veins. Like,
Yeah.
once you start,
Yeah,
you're
in.
Yeah, you're in. Like, you're an addict for the next 6 weeks. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like, you have to go to rehab after this.
Yeah.
That show, literally, I was fussing and yelling at the TV every single episode. I hated it so much. It was so bad. It was, and I just hated seeing, even calling it Downside, and it's two black women of all. I was just super annoyed. I was just very annoyed at this show. It's terrible.
Indeed. Let me tell you what's not terrible. The next sponsor of this podcast, which is Bask and Lather. Have you ever been doing something out of habit or routine, or maybe something someone has told you, and then you later realize there's actually, I shouldn't be doing it like this. There's another way. There's a reason I shouldn't do it like that. That happens to me all the time. And a specific example is, again, when something works for one doesn't mean it works for all. I have 2 daughters, as you guys know. What I used on my hair, I just assumed would work on my children's hair. So I do it on mine. I do it on McKinley's. I do it on Micaiah. The problem is we all have very different hair textures. Micaiah specifically has very, very different hair than like me and McKinley. Ours are like more aligned. Micaiah, I don't know who her mom or her dad is. I don't know where she came from, but her hair is very, very different. And so trying to apply everything for one to all doesn't really work. Her hair is very curly, and it's different than me and McKinley's curly. And so trying to figure out, right, specific hair products that work for different hair types is always a challenge. Always a challenge, because I've been using their products on Micaiah's hair. They have some very specific like curly, they have a curly cream that I like for Micaiah's hair. And they also have there is a scalp and hair balm that I've enjoyed. And so being able to use those products has been a journey, but one that I've enjoyed so far. I've enjoyed using them on her hair. And there are some other ones in there that I still intend to try out. Let me tell you what they are, because it was a whole like bundle situation that I was able to get. They have a scalp stimulator, which I am always interested in trying scalp stimulators. I think those are amazing products. They obviously have a shampoo and conditioner. And, you know, earlier we were talking about like clean hair. And what I've experienced so far anyway is that the hair really gets clean with these products. So being able to try some of the ones I haven't yet, but up top, the ones I have definitely enjoyed. So as I was mentioning, the scalp and hair balm, it nourishes and hydrates from the inside out with 100% natural ingredients. It's a nourishing hair balm for curly or kinky hair that helps reduce hair breakage and adds shine. And it's made with ingredients that can penetrate hair strands without clogging pores. It is also Black owned and family operated hair care that started with family love. When a dermatologist misdiagnosed CEO Shayna's younger sister and said her hair may never grow back, the family took things into their own hands. Today, her hair is down to her hips, child. Shayna and her mother researched and formulated their own scalp and hair oil to stimulate growth and retain length. So explore viral bestsellers and products of healthier hair of all types from Bask and Lather. Go to baskandlatherco.com and use code GJ for 20% off. That's 20% off at baskandlatherco.com, code GJ. All right. Moving on. We've been here a long time.
Go ahead.
What
you want to pick up? I wanted to talk about that show finale last night.
Oh,
that Paradise Child. Okay. I'm gonna make it quick because I know you said you got to go. I just want to say Alex was a thing. It was that doggone quantum leap physics AI transported machine. All right, that's number one. Just really, really quickly, do you think that Alex is? What do you think Alex is doing with the time? I don't even know how to propose the question.
I think Alex is doing a reset for good and evil.
Oh, say a little bit more.
No, I just think Alex is trying to reposition what Alex thinks is best for whatever's coming.
You think Alex is Marvel?
Oh, Thanos?
You think Alex is Thanos?
Not necessarily with the evil perspective.
But Thanos thought he was doing good.
Oh, possibly then. I put an asterisk next to that.
Okay.
Like, I'm not mad at that. I do think what's left uncovered. Spoiler, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it.
Oh,
sorry.
Spoiler. Thank you.
I think the people, and Yamar and I were talking about this, I think the people that bleed with their nose,
yep,
I don't think they can fully die.
So you don't think...
Because Jane was gone.
You think Jane is not dead?
She was gone from the
she
tomb
did.
was empty.
That's what I told Kim.
Did you really?
The same analogy. I made the same analogy.
The tomb was empty, that's why I was like, okay, there's something with these people then. Because
I would be happy if she's not dead because she didn't get a proper send off. I'm sorry.
Agreed. They let her off too easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Which also means Sinatra might still be around.
I think Sinatra's dead though.
I think the obliteration might do.
Yeah, I think she dead and gone.
But I feel like there's something. The overall tie with the letter X was crazy.
Yes.
But I do think there's something deeper with the nosebleeds, and because she got stabbed up pretty good.
She did.
And she just got up and walked away when the shower was over.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, what is going on with that. I will say I've been trying to like formulate what I think is happening. And I sent this post to Kevin. It's kind of just a little bit what I think. I will say one of the things I think you said, and I actually think I agree. When I first started the show, I didn't know I was signing up for a sci-fi show.
No, me neither.
Okay, as long as we're all clear on that. I did not expect it to be, because I don't really actually consider myself like a sci-fi fan or watcher. I actually don't know that I've ever watched a sci-fi show, to be completely honest with you. Yeah. And so I think the only reason why I'm engaged this far, literally and only, is because of Sterling. I think he is an amazing. Yeah. I think he's doing such a great job, literally carrying this show as the star and the reason we're all here. Literally, I mean, Dan Fogel is also an amazing writer, but like, Sterling is carrying. Yeah, I think he's doing a phenomenal. It's low key. I was upset that he didn't win the Emmy. And again, I don't mean that disrespectfully to the Pitt guy. I just think in terms of like, we're talking about the talent and the caliber of acting that the show requires. I'm not saying the other guy's a bad actor. I can't think of his name, but the star of the Pitt. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm just saying in that role, I just don't feel like it's giving what I think Sterling is most certainly giving and what the role requires. And so anyway, I could be biased. Sterling's black and that's my bias. I'm going to limit that. All of that to say that I think I'm going to end on this so Mel can get to her thing. I think that Alex is, let me tell you what all of this is hinging on. Sinatra told Sterling's character something like, go save the world. And he said something to the effect of, what makes you think I can do that? Or why do you think I can?
I would do it.
Yes. And she said, I think you already have. And so that was telling me that they're catching up to what Alex is saying. And so that's why I was like, I couldn't tell if they're living in the past or if they're fulfilling the destiny that Alex has said is going to happen. Yeah.
One thing I was confused on, and then we'll let Mel go. Sorry, Mel. Was, and this is like more of a thought piece for me, was when they named the baby Annie, did that reset her timeline
That's the other thing that's
because
confusing.
she had a baby with that nosebleeder.
Yes. So, and Dylan's character is still a mystery to me because he's dead, but he's alive.
He's dead, but he's alive, and he was super attached to Alex, to seeing Alex.
Yes.
More than anybody else in the show.
He created Alex.
Yes.
But did he create Alex as Link then? I'm so confused.
I'm not sure because he kept referring to Alex as the person.
Oh, you're talking about the old dude's wife?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But that's all. Okay, Mel.
Alex, the wife, was a prophet. She told them what would happen, and they took that to the program of AI. He created Alex on a different timeline. That's why I'm confused. Yeah. The timelining thing is still, it's not fully crystallized for me. It's still not completely, everything has come together for me. And I think low-key some of that's intentional because I know they obviously want to bring us back for season 3. Also, did this finale feel like a series finale to you?
Not with the ending.
Oh, it felt like a series finale to me. I was telling well, you're right, because they are setting us up for the bunker, the secondary bunker. But I was like, I low-key could see this as like the end. Yeah. It was feeling very like series finale. Yeah, so Dylan and Link are the same person, but I'm trying to figure out if their names are also associated to timelines. I think that's the part. Yeah. So when he is in his Dylan named timeline, he dies. But if he dies young, how is he then the adult that creates that? So is that then a different timeline where he becomes Link? And then when did that crossover happen? Like when did he that's the part. I feel like there's confusing.
A mix in timelines that hasn't been revealed to us yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Because even some of the scenes, I couldn't tell when Sinatra was talking to her husband if that was the real timeline or if that was because she's like, I feel like Dylan's okay.
Oh.
When she was back at the house because she's wearing different clothes.
Yeah. I don't know
either.
I don't know. The point is, we don't know. Someone said they don't think Link and Dylan are the same person. Huh. I don't know. I feel like some of these questions are intentional because
I wonder if they talk about it on the podcast.
She might.
They might.
Oh, on hers.
Ryan, Michelle.
No. There's a Paradise podcast.
That's the one Ryan Michelle Bethay hosts.
Oh, that's their official one.
Yeah, that's the official one. She did a post. I'm sorry, I saw a clip, and she had Sterling on there, and some other guy. I don't remember who he was though. But she was asking him because you remember he introduced the woman he had that affair with as his therapist to his wife, and then he skedaddled off at the end. And she was like, "I'm mad you did that because you were honest." He said, "I wasn't honest. I wasn't honest. She was my therapist." Now, sir, you know that wasn't the whole truth. You know that wasn't the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Now you stop it. Now you stop it right now. Anyway, excellent series. Definitely worth the watch. It's a great time. Definitely more sci-fi than I expected, but like I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. All right, Mama, we're out.
We'll switch gears. I'll be quick. The Married to Medicine second part of the finale aired, and that part was really all about the men. I've seen a lot of mixed commentary regarding whose side people are on, whether you're on Steve. Is it Steve or Stevie? Steve and his wife's side, or you're on Eugene and Toya's side. And Curtis was just there. What I have to say is, y'all know how I feel about Toya. I feel like she obviously has been disrespectful, including to her husband. I'm not on Team Heavenly ever at all. I think she goes really low. I've said that many times before. I think that Steve was doing too much. That's my opinion. I wanted him to chill out.
For the people that don't watch, can you tie me to who Steve is?
Steve is his wife is a therapist, and she is the one I said she's always on Heavenly side, and she don't never give that feedback to.
What's her name?
What is her name? It's
Oh, she must not be a main character then.
She's new this season. She's the doctor. Her husband is not. He's a former NFL player. I'm sure they're telling me on the Patreon. What's her name? What's her?
Dr. Mimi.
Thank you.
You did say her.
Dr. Mimi.
Okay.
So she is the therapist, and she's married to the former NFL player Steve. And Keisha is saying Steve want to be a housewife. That's how it was given to me. I was getting like, you really trying to be in the mess, ain't you? And I don't like how he handled Eugene. I think now Eugene be trying to be in the mess a little bit too. He be doing a little lot for me. However, one thing that I think is true across all of these reality shows is that the men usually let the women be messy, and the men understand that they not in that. And I feel like this season, and in particular this reunion, the second part, it got really messy for the men. And for me, put a lot of that on Steve. What happened that pissed me off specifically, they're talking about Eugene, who again, Eugene be a little bit messy sometimes. I'll give you that. Steve says to him, I forgot even how it came up, but he basically was like, because his name is Eugene Bush. Toya's last name is Bush. Okay. So he was trying to say, you got her last name because you not a man. Exactly. I feel like that's too far. Yeah. I feel like, and even the men were like, come on, Steve. And he like, no, that's too far. That's too far. Y'all love to be messy. It's too far. And so for me, he was trying to emasculate him. And what happened, and this is why I still be riding with Eugene and Toya, because Eugene, at the end of you're a former NFL player, right? Hey, Eugene is a current ER doctor. And I think what happens, just like the situation with Heavenly and Simone, there are real consequences to what we're talking about. And so and I felt like he was trying to antagonize him. He was trying to get Eugene to engage in a fight with him. And Eugene was like, I'm finna go get some food. Because I'm not, what do I look? I'm a doctor. What do I look like going back and forth with your big ass? Like, this is stupid. And that's not the first time Steve has come against Eugene. He always trying to shade him. Oh, nobody's talking about your little dumb outfits you got on. And then the other thing that pissed me off is Steve eventually says to him, right? Because they're like, it's because you're insecure. Talking to Eugene, you acting like this because you're insecure. It's not my fault. Basically, your wife likes me, because at one point during the season, Toya is talking about men taking their shirts off. They are on some trip at a beach, and she's like, King, one of the men, Quad's ex, can take his shirt off. And then she says King first, and then she's like, oh, I guess Steve can too. And so Steve in this moment at the reunion is like, cause your wife talking about me with my shirt off, that's why you insecure. It's not my fault, basically. Like, she attracted to me and not to you, right? That's basically what he's getting at. Again, too far. You're insecure, you're jealous, I'm so sorry, your wife likes me. I think it's too far. I think it's too far. Now, if Heavenly and Toya are saying that to each other, I'm okay with that. Y'all have at it. Steve, shut up. I feel like shut up. Everybody want to get on Eugene for you're trying to be messy and you're trying to get a peach. Shut up. That's how I felt. I don't really like that. However, Toya be putting her business out. Toya stays saying inappropriate stuff when it comes to her husband and her relationship, and I be feeling like, shut up. You exposed yourself, you put yourself out there, and then when people attack that thing, not that they're right for attacking it, but you put it out there for them to attack, they attack it now. Yeah. So like, everybody shut up. It pisses me off. The other thing that pissed me off is, again, they talking about Eugene and how he needs to, I feel like the constant feedback is like, Eugene needs to check Toya. Toya says, Toya got a mouth on her. She say reckless stuff, 100%. But don't nobody ever be having that same smoke for Heavenly and Daddy, whatever the man's name is. I can't think of Heavenly's husband's name, because all she do is call him Daddy. But Heavenly, again, has the slickest of mouths. And because Daddy is all meek and Damon, thank you. Because Damon is just I just let her do, and I'm just so above it all. I just love people. And because he puts on that thing, everybody just like, no. If you got the smoke for Eugene, for him to check his wife, how come Damon doesn't say to Heavenly and it's okay? Yeah. No. She is the one who needs to be checked the most, and he just gets to do whatever. And low key, Eugene be trying to check Toya. He just can't.
Hello?
he be trying.
Is Eugene and Toya the one with the kids?
A lot of them have kids, but they do have boys.
I mean, the boys that be not wanting to do nothing, take advantage of
that's Simone.
Oh, doggone.
That's Simone.
Okay.
And then the other thing that pisses me off, okay, Curtis, shut up. Curtis and Jackie are the worst people on the show, and I want them to get off. Curtis got caught cheating on Jackie, right? He had the woman at the airport on the way to Hilton Head. He got caught cheating, okay? He goes sit up on this show, and even he tried to apologize on the stage, but I don't think he realizes that, like, you sound so. Quad and King are not married, but we're trying to have a baby.
I remember.
During the show, he basically is alluding to them having issues with fertility because they're out of order. Because here you are trying to have a baby, you're not married. You need to do things. Sir, I don't know if you know, being married and then cheating on that wife is out of order. How are you going to, you want to talk about Jesus, the Bible, the word, and what's in order? Are you kidding me? You have some, and so what ends up, Toya, because Curtis, put his hands on her waist, put his hands on Heavenly's waist as well. And so Toya has said that because she just be saying the truth. Everybody's all mad at her, and Curtis is acting like, I'm not gonna. You did that. You did that. Curtis actually they rolled the tape. They rolled the tape. It happened. So he's again trying to come at Eugene, and your wife did this, and your wife, sir, you put your hands on her hips, on her waist. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I was very annoyed. I hope Heavenly and I keep wanting to say Daddy Damon don't come back.
Wait, is there talks that they're not going to?
Well, she's running for political office.
Oh, you did say that.
And so if she was on that stage, and Andy said, so if you win, you won't be able to film. And she was like, I don't think so. And Cone Tessa gonna say, well, I guess this is goodbye. It was so like,
we can send your luggage.
Waiting for the moment to happen. I hope she wins so that she won't be on the show. Good luck to anybody she's representing. However, in terms of this show, if that is what keeps her off of the show, all the best to her. I hope she wins and can move on. I think she's mean. And I hope Jackie and Curtis also move on. I don't think that
How many seasons has this show been on?
Oh my gosh, we're a few in.
Because is it time for a cast? That is a long time. And this is the original cast, right?
No.
Oh.
The creator, Mariah, put some respect on her name, is still EP, but she ain't been on the show for a while. This is Dr. Mimi's first time, and then there's another lady whose name I'm forgetting right now, but it's her and her husband's first time. The new lady, her husband don't never be there, honey. He don't never be there. So I'm like, are y'all on the show, or are you on the show? Because he don't never be there. So I could go either way with them coming back. And then there was somebody else. I can't remember. Anyway, the whole season, the nurse, Angel. I can.
Wait, how many people are on the show?
It's a few of them.
That's a lot.
Jackie, Simone, Heavenly, Toya, Quad, Mimi, Angel. Is her name Brandy? So maybe that's 8.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. Oh, it's Mimi's second year? I don't remember her last year. She was forgettable.
Hello.
Then that's why Steve is like, we ain't gonna be forgettable this season. I'm gonna make my stamp.
I was just about to say that.
I feel like
that becomes storylines, or they're trying to force themselves into a storyline to capture the people.
I feel. The one thing that I do love that these people do, they've made the Med Gala so messy. It's unfortunate, but they have a gala, a Med.
Girl, I thought you said Med. I said, how are they getting the invitation? I understand.
Medical gala.
I got you.
And it's an organization. It's become a storyline. It's very messy, but I do love that they do that. It's like,
did it start with them or pre-existed?
No. They started it. It's the second year or third year. But anyway, I love that they do that. I love that every season on a trip that they go to, they always do some kind of like medical something. So they go to Jamaica. They do free, like checkups on the way, whatever. They give away products. Like, I love that they do that. Even on the season, on the reunion, Andy asked them about something affecting the Black community in a way that like other people may not know. So I love like that they are able to, it's messy and it'd be a lot.
It's still rooted in medicine.
It's still rooted in that. And you can tell that, I mean, like I said, Eugene is a literal ER doctor. He is always like, a lot of his storyline is about him working out of town, being gone for days out of week.
Specialized?
Because Toya be spending a lot of money, so he be trying to make a lot of money. So he be working, and it seems like they're needed. So he's working in a different state and like he's always working. And Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie are like OBGYNs who people you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of black women
go to them
and talk about their experience. So I love that they like really are we're not just, they're literal doctors.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I love that part is infused still in the show and they're like grounded in that. But the rest, I mean, get off of here.
I tell you.
Yeah, the clinics.
What you're talking about, I have a lot of admiration for when I went down that random, again, the algorithm served it to me and I dived deep into the medical talk, and I learned a little bit, and it's way more because so many people have sent me DMs and emails about it, but much deeper than what I thought. But I learned a little bit about like the medical process and what it takes to actually become a doctor. Shout out to to be married to someone that went through that same process is truly amazing. It's like and they're black women, black men, like shout out to y'all.
Amazing. Yes. Candy, I think, went to Jackie. A lot of people do.
Candy Burrs?
Yeah.
Wait, they're in Atlanta?
In Atlanta.
For some reason I thought they were in DC.
Oh, no. This is based in Atlanta.
Oh.
I love that part of the show, but I'm telling you, I am not a fan of Mimi and Steve, and particularly him in this last episode. It pissed me off because I think for a lot of seasons, even the men now, they have had words with each other, but it feels like it never goes too low. Like it's always, you disrespecting my wife, I'm gonna come at you about it. We gonna have it, but they always are able to like maintain some kind of decency. And I feel like Steve was not trying. He was baiting him. He was trying to get Eugene to engage, and it's like, oh, you're clearly new here because Eugene is not he don't go back and forth with his wife. What he look like? He not finna. He don't care that much. Yeah. He's a literal doctor. What are you talking about? So I did not like that. It pissed me off a lot, actually.
I think that the men are trying to. Mel, every time you say Curtis, I want you to know my brain and the intrusive thought when I did this, I had to type it so I could get it out. Do you know what I want to say?
No.
Curtis used to love me.
Oh, from Dreamgirls. Girl. Curtis used to love me.
Yes, it's all I hear. But I feel like men are actually, it's because I'm watching Atlanta, but also coming off of Mom Talk show. Mormon wife.
They trying to.
I feel like the men are trying to have a moment. They're trying to get a peach. Dad Talk was trying to have a moment.
Yes.
I feel like Dad Talk is trying to bring down Marjorie Taylor Greene. What's that girl's name?
Taylor, Frankie Paul.
Thank you. It's the three names for me, and they both got Taylor, and the one that's gonna come out is Taylor Marjorie Greene. Taylor, Frankie Paul. And I think she's a Trump supporter. Anyways, I think that Dad Talk planned her downfall.
Yeah.
But I also think that Mormon wife show is not going to come out. I feel like it might be the end. And I feel like Dad Talk might try to
take over.
To take over. I'm watching these early seasons of Housewives, and Peter.
Oh, Peter was a mess.
He was trying to get that peach. Dwight keeps coming back. It felt like he's trying to get a peach. And now you're talking about these men in this show.
Yes.
Something's happening.
Yeah. It's annoying. However, Real Housewives of Atlanta, new season starts on Sunday.
I'm a watch, Mel.
And I'm so excited.
I am going to watch.
I mean, they got K Michelle, honey. And they got Pinky, honey. Portia is Portia-ing, honey. I am seated. Don't talk to me. Okay,
I'm going to watch.
I did not watch the last, I think, 2 seasons of Housewives, which is of Atlanta, because that's rare for me. But it was dumb. I didn't like that. I feel like they back. I feel like Andy took his notes. He got his feedback. He read the threads. He read the tweets. And I feel like my boy went to the drawing board and say, hey, this is the franchise.
Yeah.
Get it together. And I feel like it's together. I'm seated. I'm ready. Don't talk to me. We're talking about it. So don't come here if you ain't watch, because I'm going to talk about it.
I am going to watch. My problem is not problem.
It started. What? Go ahead.
No, I don't think it did. I think it starts this week.
Yeah, it's supposed to come back on Monday. I mean, on Sunday.
Check now. Well, I just say this real quick. Are the girls friends? I always feel like
no, that's the whole point. Nobody is actually friends on these shows. We all hate each other. We just have to act like we like each other for the money.
Well, that's what it's given. If they're not, I always thought that the point was kind of like there was some but it feels like these women are just thrown together. Yeah. Like this is literal casting, not like let's try to make it.
Yes. I feel like
she's my sister and my sister's friends with her. So now we're like, it doesn't feel like that. It literally feels like you, and you. And I
don't know if Shami is still going to be there. I'm so excited. It did start with them all knowing each other. It feels like as it grows, it just be like, I need people who know of each other enough and who will lean in.
Because isn't,
it's going to be great.
Donkey Booty back?
Is Phaedra back this season too?
I thought she was.
Oh, my. It's going to be so, Drew is there. And listen, Drew has grown on me, honey. Drew has grown on me. I am ready. I think it's going to be great. I'm expecting a great season, Andy.
Yeah, Phaedra's back.
I'm expecting a great season.
Mm-hmm. See, I told y'all it's because I'm watching these early seasons, and Phaedra just got here, and she said, I used to have a donkey booty. I don't know what happened.
She also don't know when her baby was born. She don't know.
Girl, I just am almost finished with this season. This mathematical equation. If you subtract the date of inception and add my due date, but then subtract that back. But actually, I'm going to have X on the day the baby is supposed to be born. But mathematically, divide by 2. That's really how many months I am. Because he's fully developed. 10 pounds. 6 months.
Yes.
10 pounds. 6 months.
Michelle got married a week before the season, before they started shooting. It's going to be great. Okay.
All right, we're watching. I will watch. I will clock in for this season. Very excited about it. Anything else you would like to say? Next week is we did talk for a long time. Sorry, y'all. Next week is spring break. So we technically do not have the ads, but I'll come if you're coming. Joshua, you got things to do? It'll just be a talking episode. It won't be no ads.
Next week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all.
I forgot y'all do have the airport.
We're shooting Here's the Thing on Saturday.
This Saturday?
2 episodes.
I plan to be at Disneyland on Saturday.
Oh, what's on Saturday? The Carol's spring break.
If I say Disneyland.
Oh, actually, and Joe has a admission day to one of the schools he's considering going to.
Well, you can do a virtual on Tuesday.
Tuesday, I think I'm doing the airport on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all let me know. Other than Saturday, I'll be free.
That's fun. Also, I called Micaiah 3 times. She didn't even answer. I called her 3 times because I wanted to ask her how the cruise was.
Oh.
I now have to let the phone ring 3 times. It was the 3rd time that I was like, after 3 times, you have to hang up. iPad. After 3 times, Melissa, you have to hang up because, girl, why are you desperately calling this girl like she owes you money? Please hang up.
She don't be having her iPad. Don't feel offended. She don't be having it.
But what does she be doing?
Literally last night, she was like, can you turn the TV on? I said, watch your iPad. She said, it's boring. I was like, you're going to watch the same thing on the TV that you do on your iPad. She was like, it's boring. So that's why she don't be having it. So you should call the other child. She has hers. All right. Say
I
bye.
said that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be not back next week. Was that the final decision?
Just say no. TBD.
Okay. Very
go
good.
with no.
So we'll see you guys probably the week after. Bye.
Bye.